Today I'm diving into this house I've been building in Minecraft, going to add some depth, maybe throw in a few decorations. Honestly, I'll probably regret half of it later, but hey, that's part of the fun. Anyway, so what's the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you? Like that one thing that still makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, even years after it happened, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Creepy stuff always seems to stick with you, doesn't it? I mean, we've all had those moments that we can't quite explain, no matter how hard we try. So I thought today we could dive into some of these unsettling stories that I've been reading. Some of them, I swear, they still make me feel on edge, even just telling them. So let's start with something that happened to a guy out in the woods with his guide dog. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh, here we go with another creepy forest story, trust me, this one's got a twist. Picture this. It's early in the morning and he's out walking with his guide dog. The dog's just doing his thing, enjoying the walk, being a dog, when out of nowhere, the dog stops, just completely freezes. Now, if you've ever been around a dog for any length of time, you know when they get super still, it's like they're sensing something you're not. So the guy stops too. He doesn't know why, but he's listening. There's this weird silence, like everything's holding its breath and the air feels thick with it. The guy feels this intense feeling creeping over him, but the worst part, he can't hear anything. No wind rustling through the trees, no birds, nothing, just that absolute eerie silence. Then the dog, as if sensing danger, does something that freaks the guy out. He rushes forward, spins around, and presses himself up against the guy's leg, like he's bracing for something. He's not pulling on the leash, not wagging his tail, just still like a living statue. The guy doesn't move, just waits, listening for something, anything. The dog stays close, his body rigid. You can almost feel the tension building, and then nothing. After a moment, the guy takes a step. He's trying to figure out what's going on, trying to move, but every time he does, the dog shifts to block him, growling low. Every single time the guy tries to move, the dog's body presses even closer, like he's protecting him from something, or maybe keeping him in place. And then, after what feels like forever, the dog lets out this long, growling sound. It's like a warning, almost like he's trying to scare something away. And then, out of nowhere, the dog suddenly lunges forward, barking and snapping like it's ready to tear into whatever's out there. The guy doesn't know what to do. He's frozen in place, his heart racing. And then, just as suddenly as it all started, the dog stops completely. Dead silence. And in the distance, he hears the faint sound of running footsteps. Someone or something running away. It's like whatever was there, whatever the dog was protecting him from, just vanished. I can't even imagine what that would have felt like. Walking with your dog, everything's normal, and then out of nowhere, your dog's acting like it's ready to fight something, but you have no idea what's going on. After that, the guy says his dog was always more vigilant, more on edge after that day. And honestly, I don't blame him. I think I'd be pretty jumpy too. But that's just one of those moments, right? That creeping, chilling feeling when you're in a place where you should be safe, but you just don't feel it. It's like something's watching you, waiting for you to notice. Now, let me take you into a totally different kind of creepy. This one's a little darker. A woman shares this story, and it's a nightmare, literally. She says it started during the lockdown, those months where everyone was stuck inside, but time just felt like it was dragging on. Yeah, well, that's when she and her husband started having these dreams, but they weren't just random nightmares. No, they were eerily similar. They'd both have these dreams about the exact same thing, almost like they were connected in some weird, supernatural way. Now, one night, she dreams that she's out in her backyard digging a hole, and she's not alone. There's this clown with her. Why a clown? I don't know, but it's creeping me out already. So she's helping this clown dig this hole, and they're digging and digging for what feels like hours. The thing is, it doesn't make sense. They're digging for no reason, just endlessly. After what feels like forever, the clown finally stops. And then, in the creepiest whisper, clown leans in and says, "You just dug your own grave." She wakes up with a start, her heart pounding. I mean, who wouldn't be freaked out by that? But here's where it gets even worse. She turns to her husband, wakes him up, and tells him about the nightmare. But guess what? He's had the same nightmare. He tells her that in his dream, the devil came to take him away, and the devil was dressed as, a clown. So they both had the exact same creepy ass dream. Can you even begin to imagine that? I'd be freaking out. It's like something's trying to tell them something, but what? And here's the kicker. They didn't even realize it was happening until it was too late. I mean, they were already feeling off, but to have those kinds of dreams at the same time, that's enough to make anyone question what's real and what's not. Just goes to show how the mind works in strange ways, especially when you're stuck in your head during times like that. All right, now let me take you to another strange one. This one's short, but packs a punch. A guy guy tells a story about a time he lived in a 3-bedroom apartment that he and his friends were sure was haunted. We've all been there, right? That one apartment or house that just has that feeling. I mean, we've all heard the stories. Things moving when no one's around, strange noises in the night. But this was something else. One night, a friend came over, planning to crash at the guy's place. But as soon as he walked into the room, he started getting a little nervous. Why? Well, apparently there was a picture of Jesus on the nightstand, and when he saw it, he got freaked out. Like, who knows? Maybe it just fell off. He says to his friend, "I don't know, man. I'm just kind of freaked out to stay here." And what does his friend say? "Don't worry, man. Jesus will protect you." Well, right after he says that, guess what happens? The picture of Jesus flies off the nightstand like someone swatted it right off the table. Boom. Just like that. Now, if that were me, I'd be out the door so fast. I wouldn't even wait to hear what the guy had to say. But instead, this guy's friend just mutters a "Perentis" and drives off into the night. No way I'd stick around after something like that. I mean, how would you react? Would you hang around, or would you be like, "Nope, I'm out of here"? Okay, I've got one more for you. This one's not so much paranormal, but trust me, it's just as unsettling. A guy tells a story about how sometimes he'd fall asleep on the sofa after his girlfriend went to bed. You know, that usual thing we do when we just want to be alone for a bit or catch up on some TV. But this one time, he wakes up in the middle of the night. He hears her moving around, walking softly across the room. But here's the thing. She didn't wake him up, didn't say anything. He didn't think anything of it at first. Maybe she was just getting up for work or something. So he rolls back over and falls asleep again. But then the next morning, he realizes something strange. The front door's wide open. He thinks to himself, she must have left it open accidentally, but then he looks at the clock and realizes she was already gone. So who walked by him, leaned over him, and then walked out the door? Yeah, it's one of those moments where you don't want to believe it, but the feeling sticks with you. You just can't shake it. And you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. Just one little moment, one strange thing, and suddenly you're left with questions that don't have any answers. You're left thinking, what was that? Was it just me? So now that I've shared all these creepy stories, what's the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you? Have you had a moment where you couldn't explain it? Or are you one of those people who just chalks it up to coincidence? Either way, I'd love to hear what you think.